Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm mad. Actually, 2 days ago I read about the new Texas anti-abortion bill, and this is what we'll be talking about today. I got all the receipts. So, for those of you that don't know, the government of Texas, the person's name or the government's name, the governor's name is Greg Abbott, signed a new anti-abortion bill that is going to take effect in September. That is the first of its kind because it makes abortions illegal after a heartbeat has been detected on the ultrasound, which can be as early as 6 weeks of pregnancy. Um, he made a statement I particularly want to talk about. Before I even tell you guys my opinion on this new bill, I'm going to read you the statement he made, and I'm going to then tell you why I think it's bullshit. He says, and I quote, "Our Creator endowed us with the right to life, and yet millions of children lose their right to life every year because of abortion." Mr. Abbott, first of all, um, who is your creator? We need to talk about that because I'm pretty certain that his creator isn't everyone's creator because, as we all know, different people believe in different religions. Some people don't believe at all. Some people believe, but they don't believe in a religion. So who is our creator and calling, who are you speaking for? You know, probably about the people, or he's probably speaking the people that about or for the people that voted him into office. But that one apart, religion and government should never go hand in hand. Religious beliefs and faith should never inflict or affect or in any way influence your decisions as a governor. Because when you make decisions as a governor of people, you are also making decisions for people that do not follow your religion and your faith. So, therefore, whoever your creator is, best believe it's not mine. So that means you're using your creator as an our creator to ban me from doing something for my body with my body that you have absolutely no business with. That one apart, let's look at the medical fact or the medical side of his statement. He said every year millions of children lose their right to life because of abortion. Who are the children that are losing their lives to abortion? Because last time I checked, between the time of conception and 8 week of pregnancy, that's not a child, that's an embryo. And that's not considered a child medically. And that gets very clear when the name after the 8th week changes, but doesn't change again until the child is born, which then changes from an embryo into a fetus. These are two different things, and these are the two only stages of name changing a child or a pregnancy goes through. So that child you are referring to isn't a child. It's not. Uh, it's even not a child after the 8th week because you know it's a fetus. So it becomes a child after it was born. But calling these children losing their right to life because of abortions, literally, while you have millions of children on American borders and on American soil losing their lives because of your government, your white supremacy, your kidnapping of children, your harvesting of children's organs, your hiding and kidnapping of indigenous children, of black children, of people of color. Um, Gives me white supremacist vibes, some kind of. It's it's this man behavior for me. Like, you talk about women's bodies as if you have any idea what they're going through. You talk about abortions as if you would ever know what it feels like. So, no uterus, no opinion. It's actually that simple. So, if you don't go through a pregnancy, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't have an opinion. And Even furthermore, you shouldn't take that opinion and opportunities away from women that actually do. So there are some other things in this statement that are very concerning. For example, the fact that the fifth week of pregnancy is normally this turn time where women realize something is wrong. The hormones increase, and this is normally the first time you miss your period. So before that time, it's very, very hard to tell that you're even pregnant if you don't know your body very, very well. But that's usually the time women miss their period. And then, you know, every woman literally knows that there are times where you have a lot of stress, you have sleepless nights, you overwork, your menstruation can get irregular in one way or the other. So it might not always be a pregnancy. So you give it another week and then you're already late. Then you can already no longer have an abortion. And nobody asked how that pregnancy happened. You know, we don't even need to look at crimes. We don't even need to look at that. There are accidents that happen that can happen to literally anybody. And I want everybody that is okay with this bill to think twice and consider, why is the responsibility of childbirth, of birth control, only on the shoulders of a woman? And miss me with that, you're the ones that carry the baby bullshit, because we didn't put it there. We just received it. So are you going to give your packet to DPD and leave it to sit there for the rest of their lives just because they received it? That makes no sense. This is my body, and nobody but myself has the right to decide what happens with my body. To some extent, of course, yeah, we can agree on that. But um, it's not. It's how it's wrong on so many levels. It's so wrong on so many levels. And that's also, this bill is the best example for why religion and government should never go hand in hand. It is not, it's not fair. It's not fair to those that believe in the same religion than you and still want to have their freedom to express their own bodies and, if necessary, take medical steps to terminate a pregnancy they do not want. And no, we do not need to justify that. No, Frederick, no, Sebastian, we don't need to justify why we don't want that pregnancy. Because on the other hand, and this is non-negotiable, we don't need, there is no room for argument. A woman can get pregnant under normal circumstances. Of course, there are always exceptions. Once a month for 3 to 5 days, depending on her ovulation period. A man, if possible, if he is in that stage and can ejaculate 5 times a day, meaning he can get 5 different women pregnant that very same day, 365 days a year. Why is the responsibility on birth control only on women? Why? Because men rule the world and men don't give a shit. That's the only reason. This abortion bill is war on women. It is war on us for taking our rights away. And this is, it's wrong. Why are we policing women for having abortions, but we don't police men for fucking around? Because this child didn't fly inside there mysteriously. It came inside for some reason, and somebody put it there. Why is that person out of all responsibilities, and all the responsibility for a pregnancy is now on the woman? And what happens to the child after it's born? Okay, you now force that pregnancy onto that woman. And she can have an abortion because she didn't notice it early enough, which is medically not even always possible. Most women at 6 weeks don't even know they are pregnant. They're not even sure yet. There are literally pregnancy tests that are negative when the woman is 6 weeks pregnant, because it depends on the amount of hormones in your urine, which also has something to do with your kidney function. When I was pregnant with my first son, I was 6 weeks pregnant and my test was negative. It was absolutely white. There was nothing there, no line, no nothing. I went to the doctor and saw on the ultrasound that I was pregnant, but the test was negative. So what if I didn't bother to go to the doctor? I would have thought, okay, I made a test and the test was negative. This bill is wrong on so many levels because social structures are not there to carry the responsibility this bill forces on women, and on the suffering of the children that are being forced into this world and then maybe end up in foster care, unloved. alone. So as if we don't have enough children in foster care already that nobody gives a fuck about. We have enough children of all ethnicities running around in the street that nobody gives a fuck about. If you truly cared so much as the governor about children in general, then you would first of all take care of the ones that are living already and not the ones that are literally a collection of cells and DNA in a person's womb. That is hypocrisy at its finest. And it makes absolutely zero sense. In Germany, by the way, because a disclaimer, I'm not in America. I don't live in America. I've never been to America. I will never be to America, whatever. So I'm judging from afar. But I'm still judging though. So in Germany, an abortion is legal and free, by the way, like all our healthcare. Well, for the Germans watching me, I know it's not free. I know we pay from that from our before taxes money because in Germany we do brutto netto, which means before taxes and after taxes. After taxes is what comes into your account, and before taxes is what we pay for health insurance, social insurance, rent is something about rent, when you retire, a certain amount of the money you are working for goes into that insurance. And our healthcare insurance and the taxes and whatever is taken before taxes. All these things come together, and then at the end of the day, you don't even get to touch the money that goes to your health insurance. And the rest of it is covered by your employer. Or if you're living off of social money, the government pays for your health insurance. So yeah, it's more or less free. You still work for that money, but it's free because you don't get that money anyway. And that's why literally everybody in Germany has healthcare. And that's why when we go to the hospital, we don't pay a dime other than €10 a day, hospital fee or whatever they call it. Or we pay fees when we get a prescription. You pay like 5 to, I don't know, €15, depending on how expensive the medication is. You pay a prescription fee. But healthcare is very, very affordable and of good quality in Germany. Like abortions are literally very, very safe and free. So if you want an abortion, okay, let me give you an insight. Okay, if you want an abortion in Germany, you go to one of the most of the time they are from the church, if I'm not mistaken. You go there and have all your options laid on the table. It's like kind of like an advice in something, they will tell you this is the fundings you can get. We have a lot of fundings in Germany that you can get fundings for buying baby stuffs, bed, carrier, kinderwagen, whatsoever. You can apply for that and the government actually supports you with that. I mean, it's not enough to buy brand new things, but damn, children grow so fast, they don't need brand new things anyway. So there are a lot of funding, so all your options will be presented to you, and you don't need to decide that moment, and you also don't need to justify your decision with anybody. It's just for the government to make sure that you have thought this through very well. Then you get the paper, you take the paper to your doctor, and before that, you go to your health insurance and open up about how much you're earning. And if you are in the lower or middle class, the insurance will pay for your abortion. If you work extremely, if you earn extremely well, they might ask you to pay a certain amount, or you pay more than half, or you pay 75%. It depends on your income, really. So let's just say you are in the middle class working, your abortion is going to be paid by the government. So they give you another letter that is literally like a permission or an explanation of the carrier of the costs that ensures the doctor that all his expenses are being covered by your health insurance. You go and take that to the doctor, you get an appointment, you have your abortion done, you sleep 1 to 2 hours in the hospital, then you go home. It's safe and it's affordable and it's accessible to everybody until 12 weeks of pregnancy. And that's the only way it should be done. Nobody should be deciding on another person's business because one, you're not helping raise that child, you're not helping birth that child, and most of all, you're not helping that woman go through that pregnancy and through the phase of after staying awake for hours, staying awake all night, raising a newborn. You're not going to go through all that. So why in the world would you permit another person what to do or what not to do? Um, because your belief said so. That's the dumbest shit I've heard in a very long time. And I respect all religions. I literally do not care what you practice, um, or how you practice it. But there is a wonderful saying: religion is like a penis. It's nice to have, but as soon as you rub it in people's faces, it becomes harassment. And that's exactly what it is. It's beautiful. If I want to know about your religion, best believe I will Google it or I will ask you. I don't want to know. I eat meat. I don't want the vegan to tell me that eating meat is not healthy. I know that I kill animals for that. I'm aware. I know that I don't get meat from my pillow. I know that. So keep your religion to yourself, keep your faith to yourself. If I want your religion, I will come for it. If I want to go to MediaMarkt or to any other shop and get me AirPods, I will go and carry my money and go there and get it. I don't need MediaMarkt to come to my door and ask me, hi, do you want to buy AirPods? No, that's not how it works. I don't want your faith and I don't want any moralities or expectations or whatever you have on my head if that's not even what I believe in. Like, how the hell did we even get here? This screams 1700s. Like, what? Like what? Women weren't even allowed to vote all over the world until 1950, and now we are not even allowed to decide about our own bodies. This is a war on women. And to make the long story short, no uterus, no opinion. This is wrong. It's wrong, and there is no justification for one person to decide what another person should be doing with their body if it doesn't affect you. That's it. There's nothing else to say. If you disagree, please get the hell off. I mean, that we can all agree to disagree at the end of the day. But as soon as your disagreement becomes judgmental and affects the way you treat people, you are the problem. Absolutely not me.